Hey everyone, welcome to another Anime Kingdom manga review. See about tab below. Yes, this is on chapter 225 of Shokugeki no Soma, and this review is going to be pretty short because I don't know about you guys, but this chapter was kind of a joke to me. It was mostly me just cracking up. I could not take this serious at all, honestly, and I don't know if that was the reason why too, but it kind of felt that this chapter was a lot shorter in comparison to the other chapters. But I understand what it was going for. Obviously, it's trying to focus on the Mimasaka versus Saito battle, as we've already seen the other two already. So I mean, I kind of understand that, but I guess it's just how the two characters are shown in this. On one side, you have Saito with pretty much the way he is. He's just like acting like a full-blown samurai, following his Bushido way. I mean, for goodness sakes, he even gave Misaka his blade to use because he felt it was not, you know, since he's copying him and doing the same exact thing, it's not fair, and that wouldn't be, you know, the way he wants to win. So I'm over here like, are you kidding me? Really? Is that really what's going on here? And it's funny how at one point he was like, I don't act like that. You looks like you got your trace wrong and everything. Because obviously, like I said before in the last chapter, I was like, oh, thank God that Mimasaka wasn't, you know, showing off, kind of trying to copy the way Saito acts as well as we saw with Kuga. Because honestly, I would have hated that in that last chapter. I'd have been like, oh, please don't. Not hated it, but I've been like, oh, I don't want to see that, you know? But he does it in this one. And it's funny because the rest of them are all like, you know, Rindo and Tsukasa are like, yeah, you do. That is how you act, actually. And it's funny how everyone's just like, oh, interesting person, you know? Like, that's how he is, huh? And then, of course, I mean, on the other side, it doesn't get any better with, you know, Mimasaka and how he's full on copying him to the point where we get a little bit of showing of what he's been doing to train up to this point. Obviously, you know, the whole thing with how Soma pretty much changed his life and everything, and he wants to repay that debt, and that's why he like full blown decided that even though it's, you know, has a huge toll on his body, he's gonna, you know, pretty much copy all of the Elite 10. So you have this damn page where it pretty much shows him acting out and copying just how the rest of them, you know, the Elite 10 are. You see one with Rindo, Tsukasa. Oh my gosh, man. I was literally like, oh, okay. Last chapter, I was so happy because didn't have to see any of this. And in this chapter, you get so many different ones. And I'm just over here like, oh man, there are some things that cannot be unseen. And I feel so sorry for that guard that came into his room. I was like, oh man. I feel he's gonna have nightmares for the rest of his, you know, of his life. I mean, for goodness sakes, I may have nightmares of Mimasaka dressed up as someone, maybe even me. What the hell, you know? Honestly, I would just be like, I wouldn't know how to react if I saw that. I'd probably just be like, oh my god. I'd just walk out of the room, like act like I've never seen that before, but I know it's not gonna, like I said, it's something that cannot be unseen. Like, oh my gosh, Mimasaka. Why do you have to go that far out to do it, you know? But yeah, nonetheless, pretty much all I gotta say about this chapter, guys. Definitely an interesting chapter. I'm not gonna lie about that. I honestly couldn't take a lot of it seriously. It definitely gave some good laughs. I was definitely cracking up for most of the chapter, but there were some moments that was pretty damn cool, I'm not gonna lie. And it's definitely got me super hyped up to see what's gonna happen in these next chapters, considering the fact that Saito finishes this, which means that Mimasaka is probably gonna finish with whatever his twist is in the next chapter, and that means pretty much, by the looks of it, that we will be getting judges for them and probably the rest of the matches as well, considering the fact that they were pretty much done, you know, being focused on in the chapters previously. So I'm definitely excited to see how everything will go, considering the fact that, well, like I said before, in my opinion, Mimasaka versus, you know, Saito, that felt like that, you know, they had the best chance in that matchup. The rest, I don't know, I still cannot see Rindo and Tsukasa losing. Before, there was the whole thing about, like I said, maybe Rindo wouldn't take it as seriously, but it looks like she's, you know, taking this pretty damn seriously. So honestly, I think it's either going to be two possibilities for me, at least. This could be completely wrong, but this is what I think is going to happen. It's either that Mimasako wins and they end up having one win out of the, you know, the three, which means that the Rebels win one and the Central wins two, or of course Rebel just completely lose all three of them and Central wins 3, making it a tied game. But I cannot see Rindo losing, I cannot see Tsukasa losing, and if somehow it does, it would just make it that the Rebels are this high up. And even then though, if that does happen, I don't know how they're going to beat Tsukasa. It's still always on the back of my mind. How are they going to beat Tsukasa? He's just literally on another level. It makes me think, like I keep saying, that maybe, like, you know, out of everyone, it'd probably be Soma going against him. But like people have said, Soma, he's still not on the level of Tsukasa, but if it's anyone that can beat him, it'd probably be the main character, right? That's pretty much what I'm thinking. So I don't know. You just gotta wait to see how these next chapters will go. Definitely excited for how they will be, how the judging will be, how the next matchups will be after these are done as well. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say, guys. Hope you enjoyed this Anime Kingdom manga review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And if you did enjoy, don't forget to like. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. And as always, guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. How did you feel about this episode? Good, bad? Feel free to comment below. It's always awesome to hear your guys' thoughts. And yeah, until next time, guys, see ya.